for this last session of the year in support of our practice this month, Reinvent Yourself. So I hope you're having fun with this practice. It's a tough one. It's a challenging one. We need to do something else if we want something new in our life, right? So if we continue to do the same thing over and over and over again, then we cannot have new results, simply. So it's Stéphanie Rottet. Happy to see you and be with you. It is going to be 2021 very quickly here. And what did you do to reinvent something new for your life? What is it that you want to change? What is it that you want to improve? Do you want to have more fun? Do you want to have an easier life? I mean, it's so challenging out there with what's going on, but it is only as challenging and as difficult as we want it to be. And I'm going to really stress this and give you a practice for the last few days of the year to make your life more simple and more fun. You know, more joy, more juice, more life. I mean, it's so simple. You're going to be like, duh, why did I not think about it? Maybe you did think about it, but it's hard to make it in practice. So I'm going to guide you there and bring a few things that will help you make it more concretely an easy life for you to enter 2021 in a totally different dimension. If you do the love practices with us, we have one new practice every month, and every week there is a support session to give you tips and techniques on how to powerfully implement the practice and actually have concrete results. So these practices are available on the YouTube channel Lover Dose of Good News. If you haven't seen them, if you haven't started to play with us, do yourself a favor. It's so easy to have a community and have the support. These practices, people from all over the world are doing them together. So it helps raise the vibration. And just now we were on a call that we had 4 continents, gathered, and people, leaders that are bringing those practices to the next level so that they can empower their own life, transform their own heart, so that they can in turn, through their businesses, through their families, their friends, they can actually plant this little seed of love. So this is a fun way. And also you feel that you're contributing to the world. If we want a new world, we need to change, right? The change, the transformation happens in our heart first. We all know this, but this is here. This is the ego. It's the mental. I call this mental masturbation, right? Because we continue to have these thoughts and it makes us feel good because we're thinking about it. But that's the old paradigm. So now the 2020 is ending. We're entering powerfully in 2021, and we're going to bring this new energy. So let's really see how you can make your life more simple and more joyful, more powerful, more meaningful. It really is this simple. Every time you have a challenge, every time something is bugging you, every time you're criticizing somebody, you got to come back to your own heart. So one technique is very powerful, is stop everything, put your hand on your heart, and you can just breathe and come back to here now. And by doing this, you actually disengage your mental, you disengage this thing here. This thing here is what is creating the struggle, what is creating the stress. So you will want to actually use this technique to disengage this head. It's actually, if you think about it, it's between your heart, your core, and the divine, the source, whatever you call it. So this thing that is in between, you need to learn how to disengage it. So by coming back to your breath, by coming back to the moment, take a deep breath. So you saw somebody who is doing something that you don't like. It's a judgment, right? To start right there. It's out of love. So the game here is to actually disengage the ego and coming back to, that's interesting. That's my technique. It's the practice this week or the remaining of the year. And actually I would love to say, don't use those practices just for 1 week. You continue to do it every day. But here's the technique. You're going to say, thank you for sharing. So everything that is happening, you get a judgment. Thank you for sharing. So you're actually saying to your ego, thank you for sharing, but you're not engaging in the thought. You're not engaging with what the ego is thinking, because the ego wants to keep you in your little box, wants to keep you suffering, really, because you're not being fully engaged and plugged into love. So you are disengaging from the ego and saying, thank you for sharing. You're acknowledging the ego as well. So it's not, when you say something to someone, you share something to a friend, it's not very pleasant when the friend says, yeah, whatever, and brushes you off. This is not fun. This is not what we want, and that's not love. So you're still going to say to your ego, it's ego, right? A judgment is not love. Love does not judge. And then another thing that is important is to come from that place. When you say thank you for sharing, you are honoring, but you're also releasing everything. So this is a very powerful technique. Use it anytime you're judging, anytime you have a suffering of any kind. You have suffering in your body, in your mind, in your heart. And usually, here's the good news, you all know it. But again, what do you do about it, right? It's like your body is speaking to you. It will tell you everything you need to know. It will tell you where the disease is coming from. It's going to tell you where the discomfort is coming from. It's going to lead you to the very place where you have unplugged from love. So take a deep breath, come back to this moment now, and just say to your ego, thank you for sharing, and have fun with doing this, because it's helping you raise your own vibration. You're disengaging with ego, which wants to take you down, and it's replugging you to love, which wants to uplift you. And that makes life so simple, so much more fun, and you feel more alive, more in your juice, in your zone. And from that place, you have lots of creativity. You are emanating a vibration that is so much more vibrant, and it's your radiance that comes through. So now you're actually attracting people and opportunities and situations that are reflecting that light. So this is the invitation. And wow, as a result, you have a way more simple life. And you're going to tell me, yeah, but I've lost my job, or my partner left me, or the kids are really struggling with this COVID, and my dad got sick, or whatever. Don't judge. Who are you to judge what's happening? Everything is divinely orchestrated. So if you come from that place of trusting the divine source, trusting the plan, trusting God, whatever you call it. And there is a big difference between believing in it. So those people who say, I believe in God, well, they just believe. It's mental. Trusting is knowing your inner leadership skills are vibrating of joy, because everything you do is in alignment with the greater plan and for the greater plan. So this is so much more fun. It's like you're paddling, in a boat, and you're paddling upstream, and it's like God, the universe, the source, is actually now calling you and saying, by the way, you could turn around your boat and start paddling again, but now you're with the flow, and it's way easier. And I want you to, test it for a week. If you don't like it, if you prefer the way of struggles and suffering and conflicts, then you go back to the old. But I know you will love it. But for you to experience this, you need to make the commitment. I am doing it this way. Now, every time I'm judging something, or every time I'm suffering, every time I have this discomfort, this conflict, you breathe, you come back here and say, thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing can be a thought, something that happened, and you just say, well, that's the ego speaking to you, right? It's the mental. But it can be somebody real in front of you that says something. Say, thanks for sharing. And maybe you're not agreeing with that person, but you're not judging. You're just letting it go. And that is the way to live in love. From that place, we rebuild a new world. And that's the name of the game with World INLIGHT Partners. We have now launched our new platform. All of the INLIGHT partners are actually gathering into a new center. It's an online digital platform. So I will put the link in the comment section on this video, and then you'll be able to come and join us if only if that's the way you want to live. Because if you want to come on the platform just to check it out but not do nothing, stay here, don't move, don't go anywhere. Don't come on the platform. But if you want to change and if you want a contribution to this world, do come in the platform. You are absolutely welcome. And there we will encourage you to use your gifts, your talents, and we will uplift you so that you can contribute with your gifts and talents. This is the plan. And the plan is to have fun doing it. So there is no such a thing as having a hard time in life. There's no such a thing as struggling and suffering, only if we are unplugged from love, only if ego has taken over the game. And so I'm inviting you to not let the ego take over the game. And you are, from your all heart, making a decision today, right now. That's it. I am changing my life. I am transforming my heart, and I am becoming a contribution to this new world. I love you. For those of you who are joining for the first time, you can go and check all of the videos on the YouTube channel Lover Dose of Good News. And the good news that I have now, it's this new platform where all of the practices are also posted, and this new community of INLIGHT beings are gathering and connecting and collaborating, conspiring to make this world a better place. So join us. It's going to be fun. Want to have a better life, more fun, more juicy, more alive, more vibrant? Join us. Join us at worldinlightpartners.com. All right? I wish you a fantastic end of year. May these last few days be absolutely divine, just as they are, with your struggles, with your situations that are in conflicts, and certainly in conflicts with what you think should happen or should be. And just breathe. Thanks for sharing. And I just do that with me, right? Stephanie, thanks for sharing. All right, let's have fun. I love you. We'll see you next year for a new practice next Monday. Ciao, ciao.